So, anyway, ready to keep reading the Batman Year One script and all that. I recently saw the Justice League Dark movie, man. That shit. Oh boy. I will say this. I did get to see it digitally, and I will say this. I will not be buying a physical copy on Blu-ray and DVD because holy shit. I mean, like, people always, like, I kind of laugh about this one when I'm not going to give away spoilers or stuff. I'm sure if you're on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, you will probably see some photos, some parts. Shazam getting his leg ripped off. Half the Justice League is wearing alien technology type shit. But I will say this, like, a lot of people will shit on the Snyder films by saying how dark and gritty they are. No, you see that animated film and you will be fucking depressed. You will be depressed and unhappy after seeing the film and stuff. And it kind of makes me look at the Batman Year One script and like, yeah, it ain't that bad. There's some parts that are kind of goofy and weird and stuff, but yeah, I will say this, like, I've never seen an animated film where I was just like, I can't wait for it to be over. You know, I will say that. Hello. We just kicked it off, and yeah, the Justice League Dark. Good luck, lover. Thank you, love. The Justice League Dark movie, the animated movie, it's not a fun movie. I've never seen anything so depressing to sit through and stuff, and it's just, I mean, it was a good, there's some parts that are good in it. I mean, Talia's dead, that's the good news. Superman is I feel actually bad for Superman in it. John Constantine is a fucking useless twerp of a character. I mean, like, the last scene where you see everybody basically destroyed. Poor Starfire is destroyed. Nightwing is broken mentally. Batman is a wreck. Superman is depressed because Lois died, spoiler alert. And there's Constantine just standing there going like, huh, yeah. And it's just like, I never liked the character of Constantine, but it makes me wish Batman would just punch his fucking brains out. And I know people love John Constantine. They're just like, they're fangirl all over John Constantine, but he's a useless fucking character. He brings nothing to the table and stuff, and it boggles my mind just watching this. And I mean, this animated film apparently is the last of the DC animated universe film. I guess now they're rebooting it or setting it in Rebirth, I guess now. I don't know what they're doing. I know the next one they announced is a Superman movie. Like, we all fucking need another one. I mean, like, this whole, like, during this whole DC animated universe films, they made more Superman movies than anything. Like, they tried the Wonder Woman, and that sadly failed. Which, it sucks because I always wanted to see a Batgirl Year One movie. I always wanted to see that. Like, they were doing Batman, like, once they got to, like, Batman Bad Blood, they ended with the cliffhanger of Batgirl, and I was like, okay, I can't fucking wait for the next one. Is it going to be Batman Incorporated? Nothing. Nothing until Batman Hush. You finally find out shit that happens. And, like, I want a serious, faithful adaptation to Hush. I want a really faithful Batman Hush movie. Where you have Huntress, you have Oracle, you have Alfred show up, like you know, like Talia, you know, like except for the part where Talia gets thrown out of the plane. That's how I'd write it. She lands in the water, poof, she's fine. Or is she? Sharks circle around. Like, I really want, you know, I want that. I want the Heart of Hush story. Then I want Batman, you know, Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Catwoman, When in Rome. I want a Batman No Man's Land animated film. Like, they went all out with the fucking Death of Superman and the Return of Superman and all that. I want a faithful Batman Year One. Batman. They already did Batman Year One, but I want a Batman No Man's Land story. Like, I want that. If not, then do an animated miniseries of it. Like, give me what I want. You know? Like, that's what I want. Is that. Like, and the thing is, like, I know that they tried, you know, they want to keep Superman relevant. People don't want to be like, you know, don't want to look, you know, they don't want people looking at Superman like, oh, Superman's just pathetic and stupid. He is, kind of. But I really, really want a Batman No Man's Land story. That's like the best comic. They took an entire year to tell this story. A year. And you're like, left with the question, like, is Gotham going to be back, you know, Gotham going to be the same? I mean, Gotham, the TV show, did No Man's Land, where they split up Gotham in different parts. Like, and it was like a turf war and supply war. It was like The Walking Dead. Except Jim Gordon isn't like Rick. Kinda is. Leads people into hope, and all of a sudden it crushes their beliefs. Like, I really want a No Man's Land story. I really, really want it. I mean, shit, I would love a video game of it. I mean, they kind of did that with Arkham City, where, you know, the Arkham City's blown up and, you know, the bridges are cut off. Dark Knight Rises did that. That's what I love about the Dark Knight Rise. Like, that is an underrated film, in my opinion. I mean, not like Batman Returns. I mean, they did that with Dark Knight Rises, where the army blew up the bridge. And Robin, what's his... John Blake. John Blake tries to get people across the bridge, and the army dude's like, no, and boom, the bridge is in half. There you go. That's what was so cool about it. But damn, I would love the No Man's Land story. I mean, it gets to the point where Harvey Dent even questions himself, where he flips a coin if he has to save the man or let the man die. He flips the coin and he has to save the man. Like, that was a cool part of it. You know, I would love to see a No Man's Land, you know, animated movie. Like, that shit would be awesome. But yeah, they're doing Superman Man of Tomorrow. And I'll admit, like, the animation style of it, because they show like photos of it, like, it looks really it looks not that bad. It looks a mixture of Archer. Like, somehow I keep thinking of that animated show Archer, which I really enjoy. It's like the James Bond, like the raunchy comedy James Bond, which I think is so awesome. I highly recommend it. It's kind of funny though, because like when I saw Archer, then I saw Batman Telltale. Bruce Wayne looks like Archer. That's what made me laugh. Like, that was just like it looks like Archer. Like, I really digged it. I thought it was really cool. I dig it. It's a really fun, exciting. It's a fun show. It's a fun animated show. Like, it's been on for like almost forever. Feels like. I don't know what they're gonna do with DC. Like, I mean, they got Superman Man of Tomorrow. Now the next one, and I don't know what's coming afterwards. Probably another Superman movie. Who knows? I really don't want another one, but I mean, I would love to see like Batman Incorporated as an animated film. I don't know why. It'd be kind of cool. I would love to see, like, again, like, I know I harp on it, but I would love to see No Man's Land be done. I mean, shit, I would love to see DC Universe actually take the first, like, leap. And, like, we're going to make a mini-series out of it. We're going to make No Man's Land mini-series. Or, I mean, do something that's kind of risky. Like, I would love to see, again, like, Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Catwoman, When in Rome. I would love to see those be made. Those would be really like a cool like tie-in universe. It would be really cool. I mean, a lot of people are kind of, I guess fearful of it. I guess I don't know what the hell is up with them not wanting to. I mean, you got Bruce Timm who's like wanting to do Long Halloween. I mean, like, it's Bruce Timm, the guy who made Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, almost made Catwoman the Animated Series, made Justice League Unlimited. I think the dude can make a good fucking cartoon, like, and he made Gotham by Gaslight, which was actually, like, to me, still the best DC animated film in a long time. And like, he actually made, like, fun... he did Justice League Gods and Monsters, which was, like, really good. And I think they were going to do, like, a sequel, and then they just, like, never made it. like, I was so excited for it. Like, it was a really fun... Like, it was actually, like, I think, a animated series on Machina, and then they just, like, quit. Let me look up. It was a really fun, different take of. Here it is, Justice League: Gods and Monsters. Let's take a look at what happened with that one. Let's see. They did the companion series, Justice League: Gods and Monsters Chronicles. The first season contained 3 episodes. The second season was planned for release in 2016 with a future 10 episodes. However, September 2016, it was shelved. Damn. Yeah, they did 3 episodes, all directed by Bruce Timm and written by Alan Burnett. Twisted, which is one about Batman. The second one's about Brainiac and Amanda Waller. And the third was about Steve Trevor, which had Cobra, to stop Cobra, and had Wonder Woman, Giganta, you know. It was kind of like sad that they never.
Yeah, they never got
to like making. It was originally Machina was of course invested by Warner Brothers, and I think they. Yeah. So. Kind of wish they would do a sequel, man. Like, that was a fun one. So, in that one, Batman, in Justice League Gods and Monsters, Batman, and that one is like a vampire, like Man-Bat, of course. You know, it was kind of a cool, like, different take of Batman. Like, I just thought it was really fun and interesting, and they had, in my opinion, the best voice actor to do Batman. I know a lot of people love Kevin Conroy and the guy who does the voice of Batman in the DC animated universe, but they got Michael C. Hall, Dexter himself, to do the voice of Batman. And I thought, like, that is so genius. Because at the time I was like a big Dexter fan. Like, I loved that show, but afterwards I thought honestly they should have ended it when Dexter got married. I thought they should have just ended it, but they didn't. Instead, they carried it on to like this lame duck final episode. Like, they carried it on to like they carried it on to the point where it was just like it should have just ended years ago. I mean, once they brought in that one dude. What's it? He was on West Wing and NYPD Blue. Like, once they brought in that guy, I was like, that show's done. Like, once they brought in him, like, it was just like, the show's done. Wanted to be like Dexter, wanted to kill. You know. And all that. It was just like, dude, the show's fucking done. It was kind of like the. It's kind of like the Mentalist. It was like the Mentalist. Like when the Mentalist went on to like Red John. It was just like end the show, and the show it sucked. And that, you know, like I think because the guy who created it left the Mentalist to move on to Gotham, and they like Red John was revealed to be the cop in the one episode, like the early episode, like the cop who I forget the episode, like, and when they revealed it, like, it's the cop from the like the past episode, I was just like, this is fucking dumb. Like, that was just dumb. Like, you couldn't get, like, a big-name actor to come in and be Red John. Like, you couldn't get Tim Curry to be Red John, or Robert Englund and all that. Like, you couldn't get any one of those guys to do it. Like, instead, you had to get, like, the cop who was, you know, worked with Patrick Jane and Elizabeth and all that. It was just like, that was a fucking dumb episode, man. Like, I was aggravated with it. I was just like, I just sat through an hour movie for this shit. You know, like, you couldn't just get any like big name actor. Christopher Lloyd, that would have been a total like mind fuck of like Christopher Lloyd, who was always a good guy, and he's a serial killer. Like, that would have been like a total like, what the hell is this? like you couldn't get Christopher Lloyd to do that. Like, I would pay money to see that. Christopher Lloyd, revealed as Red John, the killer. Because you look at Christopher Lloyd, he looks like the friendliest person there is. I mean, Doc Brown, Professor Plum. He was in Dennis the Menace, where I actually had sympathy for him. Him and Walter Matthau. Like, that was like the total, like, you know, it was just, that episode was just awful. Anyway. So we've been reading the Batman Year One script, and I tortured myself reading it. I never read anything that was so, like, you get a peek inside the mind of a crazy person writing Batman. And there's a lot of differences in the comics compared to the movie and the comics. They rename Gordon's wife to Anne. Selena Kyle would have been African American and would have a more prominent role. The Batmobile is a Lincoln Continental. Jim Gordon would have been suicidal. There would be many new characters that weren't in the comic. I don't know why, but it is. Alfred's character would have been changed from a white British man to an African American man named Little Al, who runs a auto repair shop and would act as Bruce's mentor. He's doing a lousy job in the script. Bruce's parents are shot, he loses his fortune, and becomes homeless. That part I always found fascinating. I love the part here where he doesn't travel the world, instead he reads books and on various combats and practices them. That part I found always interesting. Like, he's homeless and he, doesn't travel the world. I always found that fascinating because it's just like you put him in Gotham. You put him in that. He doesn't leave. He becomes almost like a ghost in Gotham. Like, that part I always found fascinating, in my opinion. So that part I always found really intriguing. So anyway, let's see. Oh, I'm reading other ones. The Batmobile and Batcave are present, which in the comic they weren't. You didn't really see the Batmobile, and you really didn't see the Batcave in Batman Year One comic, and that part I always found really cool. It's just like, oh my god, this is going to be in a movie, like, because it's the same way as in the Arkham video games. In Arkham Asylum, you do get to see sort of the Batcave, but kind of not the Batcave. But it's really funny though that Batman has a cave on Arkham Island. Like, I always found that one really cool. But you don't get to see it. You don't get to see the actual full Batcave until you played Arkham Origins, where you do get to go around the cave. You don't even get to see it in Batman Arkham Knight, which is kind of sucks, because it's just like, he's in Gotham, why can't he just go to, and you realize, oh, Gotham's cut off from everything. In this one, the Batmobile is modified in Little Al's garage, and the Batcave is located in an abandoned subway station, which I think is really cool, because it's like it's in Gotham, but it's in the abandoned subway area. And this one's different than the comic. In the comic, you see both Bruce and Gordon arrive in Gotham. You get to see Gordon. You get to see Gordon go through the train station, subway station, train station. But you get to see Barbara, that's Gordon's wife's name, and Bruce ride in the plane where Gordon didn't want Barbara, Anne, whatever you call her, on the subway station with him. Instead, he wanted her to be in the plane, away from the danger, crazies in Gotham. Of course, Bruce is like, I should have came in through the subway station to see the enemy below, on the ground. That was kind of like the one part I kind of dig. But in this one, the script, of course, we read it. I'm basically giving a brief rundown, differences between the comic and the movie. So people who read the comic, who probably listened to the episode or read the script themselves, which I kind of recommend, instead of hearing my voice read it to you, you will see differences in it. In this one, Gordon has lived in Gotham for years and is trying to leave for the safety of his pregnant wife and, of course, his son. And this one's different. Carmine Falcone is not in the script, but is instead replaced by Jillian Loeb, who is the master of organized crime. Which I think that one is kind of cool. Of course, in the movies, like in the comics, Jillian Loeb is portrayed as sort of a putz, a idiot. But in this one, of course, in the comic, in the animated film as well, he's sort of like this piece of shit person. But in this script, he is basically the biggest piece of shit in Gotham. He, of course, in this one is the master of organized crime, which I think is cool because you have the police commissioner who is also behind the crime in Gotham. So that one's pretty cool. In this one, it's kind of interesting. Aronofsky once said that he wanted Joaquin Phoenix to play Batman, which I think would have been really cool at the time. Mind you, he came off of doing Gladiator, which I thought he was brilliant in that one. A lot of people always talk about Russell Crowe, Gladiator, but Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant in that movie. He plays a evil person. I think it's one of his best movies until Joker. He was also in the movie Signs, which is made by M. Night Shyamalan, which is also a good movie, by the way, for those who probably never seen it, or any other M. Night Shyamalan movies. They've probably seen Sixth Sense. But in this one, Signs is really cool. I really love alien invasion type movies, and that is a good movie. I don't know why M. Night Shyamalan has to play a part in a movie. I get it, he is a great admirer of Alfred Hitchcock, but dude, you cannot act. I'm sorry. Once you're in a scene with Mel freaking Gibson, you cannot act. I would love to see M. Night Shyamalan act besides right next to Christian Bale. Christian Bale will probably be like, fuck's sake, you amateur. That's what he said to the lighting dude. I can't do the Christian Bale accent. I'm not Ralph Garman, so... Which is weird, though, because Terminator Salvation's actually a really good movie. It's better than the last ones they made. So... That's pretty bad, though. I've heard about the last Terminator film they made. I think it's out on DVD and Blu-ray. I know I walked past the one that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in with Dragon Queen from Game of Thrones. That one did not look that good. It looked atrocious. So, anyway, let's get to the script. Trying to remember where we're at in this. Let's see. I think we're in the part where Gordon. Yeah. Yeah, we walked past Loeb and Mayor Noon, who talk about it. Yeah, we got the Bruce preparing for the thing. Let's see. Yep. Loeb assigns Gordon to the Batman vigilante case. Gordon's apartment that night. Gordon pounds on an old typewriter. Had to burp, sorry. At the kitchen table, marbles overflow the ashtray. You know, I'll be honest with you, that part I don't like. I don't like smoking. And also, I don't imagine Jim Gordon being a Marlboro cigarette man. I imagine him more of a cigar man, you know. I mean, Marlboros are mostly for, like, stress. Cigars mostly, I think, made for, like, relaxing. So, Anne stands behind him in a nightgown. Hands on his shoulder. Anne, honey, can't this wait? Gordon, this file is the only chance. They put me on the Batman case to get rid of me. I can't let Loeb push me aside that easily. I've got to compile the evidence. Noon needs to take them down. Anne, okay, honey, but come to bed soon. She gives him a kiss and leaves. Gordon resumes typing. Gordon, voiceover. Section 14. Commissioner Loeb, based on interviews and my direct contact with the commissioner, I believe it is possible the commissioner's involvement goes deeper than the kickbacks slush fund. Loeb may be controlling all organized crime in Gotham City. As of now, these allegations are mere speculation, but I don't have the resources to pursue that line of inquiry. Gordon sighs. Another marble, and goes back to work. Interior, Gotham Justice Building, basement, morning. Gordon walks down the stairs. A long corridor, down more stairs, past dripping pipes through a door. Down another hallway with flickering light to the door to Gordon's new office, morning. On the walls hangs maps and number pins, police sketches of the Batman, and photos of marks on victims' faces. Gordon enters. A young police officer, Merkel, jumps up. Merkel, good morning, sir. 3 more and last night, sir. 3 more came in last night, sorry. Gordon, let me guess. We'll find all of them in prison wing of Gotham Mercy. Merkel, yep, all 3. Admitted last night. Gordon, we better hit the road then. I can get my coffee on the way. Gordon leaves. Merkel runs after him, pulling on his coat. Gotham Memorial Hospital, security ward, later. Gordon and Merkel meet Dr. Wallace. As they pass through the security, they talk as they walk through the busy ward. Everywhere beaten men lie, cuffed to the hospital beds. Some in traction or horrible-looking braces. Almost all bear the mark of the bat. By the way, they did use that in the... By the way, they did use the marking in the Dawn of Justice movie, by the way, for those who... It's something that... Lola woke up and just knocked over everything. It's something that when I first read the marking thing, I just sort of looked at it and was like, it's kind of fucked up a bit, but when you think about it, it's kind of it's kind of intriguing to sort of look at it, it's something I find really fascinating. So, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just, I mean, when you think about it, like, what would you rather see, like, a note that says the Batman, or somebody beaten up so badly you're like, oh shit, don't want to mess with the Batman. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly better than the one where it leaves a note that says, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But at the same time, you have Superman who would just stand over them and smile. I don't know. But anyway, Gordon, morning doctor. I hear you have a few more guests for us to talk to. Dr. Wallace. Merkel, Gordon. Sorry. Your suspects seem to be healing up nicely. Gordon ignores the remark. So what do you have for us today? Gordon said. Dr. Wallace, couple guys from an electronics store heist. Broken clavicles, some ribs, dislocated shoulder. Some ribs. So, dislocated shoulders, concussions, and about 12 hours surgery between them. Holy shit. This Batman's violent. I like it. Gordon. The other one? Dr. Wallace. A pusher from Stillmore Heights. He needs some dental work. And it took 75 stitches, but he's okay. We have him in isolation, if you want to talk to him. Gordon. Yeah. Dr. Wallace. Had a burp. Seems he made to eat his own product. Holy shit. But we had to keep him away from general population. Damn. That's all I gotta say. It was like, damn. I gotta say this. I want to throw this one out there. I've been around people who've done drugs, sold drugs. If someone is made to eat their own product, it's most likely chances he would not be functioning. He would be probably between dead or on death's doorstep. Because there's no way somebody... there's no way somebody could survive after eating their own products that they're selling. Like I said, I've been around people who've done drugs and who have sold drugs. I just don't imagine them being fucking functional and alive after doing that. It's just my opinion of it. But anyway, the doctor stops to inspect the chart for a man in badges. Gordon to Merkel. Do you notice anything about these men? Merkel. You mean the mark of the bat? Gordon, no. I'm talking about their spirit. These men are broken, scared. Margot looks around. He's right. Some of the criminals are even crying. Just then the doctor opens the door for the cops. Dr. Wallace, here's your drug dealer. In the corner of the padded room cowers the former shell of a once street pusher. He's still haunted. His haunted eyes are framed by the stitched up wounds that still very much resembles a bat. Interior, Harvey Dent's office. Later, Harvey Dent opens a door bearing the words Harvey Dent, Assistant District Attorney for Gordon. The two men enter. Gordon carries a notepad. Dent, you're kidding me. I'm on the Batman. I'm the Batman vigilante. His wife loves my wife would love this, sorry. Yeah, I remember Gordon did question Dent about being Batman. Yeah. Gordon, hey, you're young, you work out. I seen your record. You have no love of organized crime. I saw the Estrada trial on TV. Dent. Yeah, well, he's still on the streets, isn't he? If I was the vigilante, Estrada would be making license plates right now, not running Gotham's prostitution racket. Gordon. Yeah, it must be frustrating. Flipping through the notes. You know, Estrada's operation has been hit quite a few times. A detective would have even killed one of his brothels. One was killed at one of his brothels. Dent, I heard Detective Campbell. No big loss for the department, from what I understand. Gordon smiles at that. Gordon, yeah, well, I have a list of dates and times I'd like you to account for your whereabouts. Dent takes a list. Sorry, Detective, I was in D.C. at a convention for 3 of these dates. My wife will tell you I was home with her for most of the rest. I'm not your Batman. I wish I was, but I'm not. Gordon, no you don't. He's dangerous, psychopath. And when I catch him, he's going down hard. Dent, I'm surprised to hear that. You say that, Gordon. I hear you're one of the few remaining good cops on the force. What the hell is Lola doing? I'm sorry, I'll be right back. She's doing something. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm here. Oh my god. She's basically She knocked over everything so she could lay down on the table. That cat is spoiled. And then the luxury of things. So. Alright, one of the good cops on Forrest Gordon. Oh, Christ. Not you two. You of all people should know. We live in a society of laws. This guy isn't a hero. He thinks he's above the law. He's a terrorist. Plain and simple, Gordon said, as he lights up another marble. Boy. Upholstery District Cathouse night. Selena and Holly now live in a large warehouse divided plywood into dozens of small rooms of prostitutes. Ah, shit. We're in that territory of Frank Miller's mind now. Cubicle sports saggy bed, gaudy pink paint job, the ceiling with chicken wire. I sometimes wonder what the hell goes to Frank Miller's mind. What was she doing? Lola was knocking everything off the table so she could lay on the table, and she does not like anything. My cat does not like anything in the center of the kitchen table, because she feels like she should lay there on the center of the kitchen table for everybody to see. Like, I never met a cat that just thinks like she is, well, she is the center of attention for me. I love that cat to death. Even though that cat got me in the hand, clawing me, because I was petting another cat. So, yeah. Hundreds of voices arguing, cultivating, flirting, filled the spaces around and above their cubicle. Selena wears a blonde wig. Oh my god. Oh. I will tell you. I will tell you, I have never read a script that is so awful. I have never in my life have I ever read anything where I don't want to read it. I don't. I'm terrified to read this part of the script. Because, I could defend Frank Miller on a few things, but this I can't defend him on. And again, a lot of people say Miller wrote, women terribly. It's they say he wrote Catwoman terribly, and in his Batman run, his Batman comics and stuff. It's no, read this script. Alright? You think he's crazy, but no. Read this one that's the inside the mind of a crazy person. Oh, here's a question I got from Discord. Have you seen the Dark Side of the Ring episode of Herb Abrams, the UWF? I have not. I recorded it. I have not got to see it. I want to talk about it tomorrow when I finish watching it. For those who don't know, Herb Abrams is crazy. God rest his soul. I mean, I'll admit, he went out the way I never imagined anybody would. Herb Abrams ran the UWF wrestling promotion, where he had Cowboy Bob, Paul Orndorff, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Steve Ray, not Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, He had a lot of wrestlers there, like some who've Captain Lou Albano, like one of my favorite people. Billy, 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 Billy. If you never heard of Captain Lou Albano, he played Mario in the live-action Super Mario Brothers TV show, and he always wore like Hawaiian shirts, and if you ever wonder who Captain Lou Albano is, watch YouTube videos of him. He is fun to watch, and he was there. Like you have a brain of the size of a dehydrated BB. It was just like, what? Oh my god! It's fun. But Herb Abrams died. He did a lot of cocaine. He died. I am not making this up. And this is like, a lot of people always talk about rock stars' death. This dude died of a rock star death. They found him. He died of using cocaine, and they found him his naked body covered in baby oil. I never in my life thought I would say that. But he did. He died that way. And it was just like, whoa. And I can't wait to see the episode. After we do the podcast, I am going to sit and sort of watch part of it. And I started writing. By the way, if you're on Instagram, I got plugged this one. If you like Catwoman, if you love Catwoman like I do, there's this amazing Instagram account called Catwoman _fanfic. It's a Catwoman fanfiction account. It's an amazing account. My producer of the show, my Catwoman, runs it. She writes a lot of the cool fanfiction. It is amazing. Check it out. 2 parts of the story is on there. It's amazing account. Check it out. It's at Catwoman. That's one name. Catwoman _fanfic. It's a cool account. Check it out. It's an awesome place. So it's really cool. This first story, not finished yet. Cat Blood. So it's really cool. I really dig the first part. I am going to read the second part after the show. I'm going to listen to the Herb Abrams thing and read that story. I recently started writing mine, which I sort of took. If you read it, if you hear the podcast episode, if you read it on Batman _ Year 2, it's sort of a inspiration from this Batman Year One script, which I can't help it. I dig this script. I really love it, and I thought, like, man, there's some parts that could be really cool, and there's some parts that could be changed. The prostitution part can definitely be taken out. I don't like that. So it's really cool. So check out the Catwoman one, Catwoman _fanfic. So it's a really cool account, by the way. I love it. So anyway, let's get back to the script. From one amazing, awesome story of Catwoman to what the fuck, Frank Miller. Let's get to that one. It's dinner time. Selena. Tuna from a can. She goes by Catwoman, but doesn't really mean she has to eat like a cat. I eat tuna. You're welcome, love. I eat tuna. I like the one packet tuna where it has like different flavors. Like they had lemon and they have spicy tuna, which I like the spicy tuna. It's really good, especially with the tomato. Spicy tuna on whole wheat bread with a tomato. It's really good, by the way, for those who never tried it. So Selena, tuna from a can. Holly, pizza. Holly's a bitch, by the way. I don't like Holly. It's kind of sad though. Like, I don't like Holly at all. Like, I don't like her in Rebirth. She had to fuck up the whole Batman and Catwoman wedding. And yeah, I don't like Holly. Holly's a bitch. My God, she was annoying in the Batman Year One animated film, and even in the comic, she's annoying. Selena, like, you hear that yell. You know, like, she's like Stewie from Family Guy. Where she yells, Selena, Selena. I would love to see the part where if she did that and Selena turns around and goes, what? Like, I would love to see that part. That would have been awesome. But yeah, Holly's annoying. But I mean, so I mean, I kind of have sympathy for her in this part. I will read the parts where I sort of do have sympathy for Holly. Holly, Selena, I don't like it here. Selena, hush. Keep your voice down. Oh shit. This is fucked up Miller part. Selena, hush. Keep your voice down. I'm Mistress Kitty now. You have to remember that. No one can know who we are. Holly, I'm sorry. Selena, look, I don't like it any better than you, okay? But I got an idea. We could change things for real this time. Holly, what are you gonna do? Selena, I'm gonna take a little something back from those bastards. I'm gonna make them pay. Holly, can't we just leave town, go somewhere where Chi-Chi and the cops can't find us? Selena, come on, Holly. If it isn't Chi-Chi, it's going to be someone else. Moves closer to Holly. Now, I've been talking to some of the girls who work down on Franklin Street. They say sometimes city limos pick up girls down there for parties. I figure we can get a camera. Holly, interrupting. Selena, you're scaring me. Selena, yeah, well, maybe it's time we did some scaring. Selena finishes her tuna and throws the can to a black cat. The poor black cat. Don't throw the tuna at the black cat. I mean, shit, if I threw something at my cat will look at me, walk up to me, and try to claw me. I mean, Lola does not play. Like, I threw a paper ball at Lola, she came up to me, carrying the paper ball, and dropped it at me, then looked at me like, throw that fucking paper ball again, I will mess you up. I'm kidding now. She plays soccer with the paper ball. Like, that's what I would do. Like, anytime I write something I don't like, I just rip the page and ball up a paper ball and throw it, and all of a sudden my cat thinks she's David Beckham playing soccer. So. So. There's some parts of the script, like, I mean, like, if I wrote it, I would sort of, like, write it that Selena leaves the area, then starts robbing places. I don't know why. You know, like, it kind of bothers me with that part of the script, where it's just sort of like, they write Selena in one shitty area of life, whammo, much more shittier area. That's what bothers me with the script. It's sort of, the pacing, it can get intriguing and interesting, but the part where it involves prostitution is a bit cringy, but also very uncomfortable to read. You know, like this part where, like, I will describe the part again. They're in a warehouse divided by plywood and dozens of small rooms for prostitutes. That is disturbing, and also involving the part where above the cubicles is chicken wire. That to me is really, really disturbing and very horrifying to read. I don't know why Miller included that part. I mean, part of me believes that this script isn't the final draft. I believe this has got to be the first draft or a second draft. I don't think they would want to go with this type of thing for a Batman movie, in my opinion. Like, I know now if you watch Titans, the final episode of season 1, where the show's Gotham, it does involve a lot of disturbing shit. I mean, of course it's Gotham, you know. Gotham isn't Metropolis. It isn't a safe haven. I mean, Gotham's a very dark, gritty, nasty, messy city. That resembles pretty much any city, to be honest. Not just in America, but the world. There's got to be some dark places. But this part, just I don't really like it. I really don't. And I mean, like I said, I enjoy parts of the script, mainly the Batman parts, some of the Gordon parts, but I don't like it at all. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion of it. Anyway, let's get to. I know some people are going to be asking me, where's the Joker? Joker does make really just a small cameo in the script, because Gordon does go to Arkham. I was reading parts of it. I was just like, it's really cool. I jumped to the Arkham parts. We will get to the Joker. I just don't want to jump anywhere in the script. I want to go through every single detail of the script. I don't want to half-ass it where I just jump from single parts to different parts. So, anyway, let's get to Gordon's camped new office night. Gordon smokes a cigarette, of course. Gordon's a chain smoker. A lot of people always say he's suicidal, but no, this dude is a fucking chain smoker. He watches a small monitor set up on his desk. Merkel stands behind him with his coat on. Security tapes, choppy and grainy, shows inside of a jewelry store. 4 men climb through the broken window, began stuffing their pockets with gems. Gordon, watch this. He scares the crap out of all of them. Suddenly they all jump, surprised. A shadowy, dark figure enters the frame. It's the Batman. But we can't make it out what exactly he looks like. To us, he's just a big black Hulk figure. The men back away, scared. The shadowy figure leaps at them. There's a fight, but suddenly, it's very quickly, the shadowy figure leaves all the thieves twitching on the floor. Merkel, Jesus, this guy is brutal. Gordon, yeah, brutal and vicious. Merkel, shouldn't you call it a night? Gordon, I still got a little more work to do. Merkel, alright, well, good night, sir. Merkel leaves. Gordon hits the rewind button. Exterior. Girls Galore Peep Show Theater. Oh, shit. Really? Why? Ugh. I don't like reading this shit. I'd be honest with you. This part I don't really care for. I really don't. Gordon sits in his parked car between Al and Son's garage and the Cathouse. Chi-Chi yells at the girls as he hobbles down the steps, gets in his car. Moments later, he pulls out. Gordon stubs on his cigarette and pulls out after him. From a nearby rooftop, a large shadowy figure, silhouette, watches them both. That would have been cool. It's a cool scene, I'll admit. Interior, Harvey Dent's office, day. Gordon bursts in, unannounced. Gordon, Harvey, I need a favor. Dent, well, good morning to you too, Jim. Gordon, I need a search warrant. Dent, you know, you don't need a search warrant to search my place, Jim. You're always welcome. Come over tonight. Dig through my underwear drawer for a mask and a cape. I like the sarcastic Harvey Dent, I will admit. Gordon, sorry. You're not a suspect anymore, Harvey. You're just not Batman material. Dent, my wife will be so disappointed. She's really into the suit. Gordon, yeah, okay. I don't need to hear that. Gordon gets serious. I'm not a Batman thing, Harvey. I got a hunch. Dent, a hunch? Aren't you supposed to stick to the Batman case? Gordon, that's what I need you for. I can't request it myself. Dent, okay, I'm listening. Gordon, after we spoke, I got to thinking about Campbell's murder. He wasn't killed inside one of Estrada's cat houses. Just before the vigilante appeared, Estrada's prostitution ring has been hammered by the vigilante. Dent, so you think Estrada can lead you to the Batman? Gordon, or the other way around, it doesn't matter. Dent, I still don't get it. Gordon, look. I just want to look inside one of Estrada's warehouses, okay? Dent. Hey, okay, you got it. I'll pull a request from Judge Gillian this afternoon. Jim, this Batman thing is really getting to you, huh? Gordon, the guy's slippery. He's getting better, doing bigger and bigger criminals. He's changing his motive. Well, M.O. That's what's wrote in the script, but it's motive. Using random pattern. So we can't catch him. And he's working on his disguise. It's transforming. Smash cut. Exterior rooftops. Night. A shadow runs across the gravel-topped surface. Leaps to the next roof. Seen below as a fast, fluttering blur against the cloud-filled night sky. He's going from higher buildings to lower ones, jumping and rolling into the shadows. A window opens. A confused person looks. Confused person. You seen that, Harold? Harold, off screen. Betty, for Christ's sakes, close the window. You'll catch your death. Betty closes the window. Gets back to her life. We follow his progress, but having trouble seeing him. We catch a glimpse as he leaps from a higher building across an alley onto the fire escape on the other side. Then he's gone over to lip of the roof. This is the Batman's environment. Elevator rooms dripping with tar. The water towers, the TV antennas, abandoned mattresses, old chairs, cable TV hookup boxes. The crisp night air alone. The Batman voiceover. The new identity changes everything, Father. I have an edge. I stay off the streets. Work only at night. I stab fear in their hearts. I become their nightmare. Then we finally get a good look at the Batman. Decked out new threads. He's massive, terrifying, spectacular. He stands on the edge of the roof, silhouette against the giant full moon, watching. And exterior, East End warehouse apartment. Below, Gordon and a bunch of uniformed cops file out of a warehouse. Gordon balls up the search warrant, throws it into the gutter, disgusted. The cops drive off moments before Chi-Chi arrives in his car and hobbles out on crutches inside. Easton warehouse night. Chi-Chi makes his way through rows of stacked cardboard boxes and rolls of carpet. It's a slow, painful flight up the wooden stairs of the warehouse and a high glass skylights. In the office, 5 men drape themselves over leather sofas, smoking, throwing potato chips at a group of young, malnourished women who cower on the floor. Sanchez, an older fat man, sits behind a desk on the phone. Sanchez is at a phone. They just left. Yeah, they had a warrant. Bunch of pussies. I told them. They're house cleaners. Hey, what can they do? The girls have papers. Nobody greets Chi-Chi as he enters the room. No one offers him a seat. Sanchez continued. Yeah, they look good too. No, I got the Russian ones. Oh yeah, no shit. The shipment from Hong Kong or mainland. I hope they're as good as these. Sanchez hangs up. Some of these parts are kind of stupid. Sanchez continued. So, Chi-Chi, legs still hurt? Chi-Chi, well, sometimes. When it's wet out, I get this. Sanchez interrupts. No one cares. What's our take for the week? Chi-Chi, we did okay. Chi-Chi crutches over and pulls out a yellow paper bag from the department store on Sanchez's desk. Sanchez looks into the bag. Okay. What the hell is okay? We didn't pay you for okay. We want good. We want great. We want freaking excellent out of you. Chi-Chi. There's been problems lately. Business is off. This vigilante is keeping Johns away. Everyone is scared too. Crash. Shower glass drops from overhead skylight. The Batman lands on Sanchez's desk. A terrifying demon of the night. Pure menace. Batman. Gentlemen, I'm here to ask you a few questions. The men are stunned, paralyzed by fear, until Sanchez pulls a Uzi from his holster and fires at a volley at Batman. But he's gone. Bullets strike Chi-Chi in the chest. He goes down. The Batman is in the air. He somersaults over the men on the sofas. Smoke bombs flying from his fingers. Pop, pop, pop. Then all the shadows of confusion. Guns fire. Bam, bam, bam. Bones crack. People scream. Guns. Click, click, click. Empty. Finally, a body smashes through the plate glass onto the warehouse floor. A chimey effect takes place. The chimney effect takes place. The smoke, nowhere, no longer trapped, is quickly sucked out of the broken skylight, leaving the Batman and Sanchez, the lone people on 2 feet. Sanchez is in shock, clicks his empty gun. The women break for the door and scatter into the night. A man clutches his throat and withers on the desk. Without ever removing his eyes from Sanchez, the Batman draws a knife and jabs into the choking man's throat. Shit. Instant tracheotomy. The man can breathe. He slides, relieved to the floor. Batman, now, where is your boss? Batman grabs Sanchez by the head with both hands. Batman, where's Estrada? Sanchez, down, docks, new girl's shipment. Batman throws Sanchez to the floor. Damn. This script is really good. I will admit that part is pretty crazy, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, I want to see that in the movie. Oh man, here's the crazy part I love. Then we'll wrap it up. You know what? I think we'll save this for tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode. It involves the Batmobile. So, anyway, we'll save this. We'll save this part for tomorrow, and we'll come back and do the rest. Anyway, it's been a fun episode. I really dig the script. It's pretty cool though. Like, you know, I think this movie sort of had potential. Like I said, I think the script is like the early draft of the script. I don't think they would want to make a movie like this that quickly, involving Miller's crazy ideas and stuff. But when Miller can write Batman, man, he can write Batman. Like, he can just, you know, add stuff to it. But when it comes to, like, the other stuff, Miller sort of gets distracted and kind of is like a kid on M&M's and Coca-Cola, just high energy and stuff. You know, I think, you know, some of the stuff he writes for, I think, Catwoman, Selena Kyle is kind of awful. I don't like the involvement of prostitution and stuff. I think it's kind of, I mean, like I said, like the script was written 20 years ago, and the comic was written in 1987, and it's still one of my favorite comics. It's one of my all-time favorites. You know, I love the artwork. Dave Mazzucchelli did an amazing job. I wish he would have done another Batman comic. I think he went on to do like Marvel and stuff, Marvel and independent stuff. But I wish there was a sequel to Batman Year One. I know they did Fear the Reaper. Then they did Batman Year 3. I know they did Catwoman Year 1 and Catwoman Year 2. And stuff. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll write the next... not write, but we'll read the next parts of the script involving the Batman and the Batmobile. Can't wait to see how they would have done the Batmobile. Since we know it's a Lincoln Continental. In my take, it's a 67 Ford Mustang. So I like the, classic Mustang, but you are amazing. Thank you, love. So, anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be reading the Batman Year One script, and I know somebody said I need to read Superman Reborn, since Lois Lane has the Virgin Mary birth with Superman. I don't know what the hell they were thinking on that one. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Wash your hands, social distance. Bye.